In this video, we're going to be covering Luke Littler and what we can learn from his journey to the Darts World Championship final. So if you don't know who this guy is, he's kind of been trending quite massively on social media. Obviously, he's a darts player, and he's been all over social media because he's only 16 years old and he's managed to make it to the World Championships, which is quite an amazing accomplishment for like a 16-year-old kid, because in fact he's a kid and he's only 16 and he's beaten like people who've been doing this sport for a very long time. We're going to cover a little bit about him and then speak about what we can learn from his journey to the final from a fitness perspective and some things you can actually apply on your own journey. So let's kind of look into it. So he's obviously beaten some veterans in the sport, and I've been looking into it. It's quite an interesting story. Seeing I'm someone who knows nothing about darts, I played it, not really interested like that, because he's trending so much on social media. It's caught my attention. And if you clicked on this, maybe it's even caught your attention as well. So he's already guaranteed to earn a six-figure payday after becoming the youngest ever semi-finalist at the DPC World Championship, Darts World Championships. Dude's only 16. This article's a little bit old, but he's already made it to the final. And let me read some of this really quick. So he secured 50,000 in prize money after winning over a 5-time world champion. Yeah, that's pretty damn sick, I won't lie. It means even if he loses, he stands. So this was the semi-final. So even if he lost the semi-final, he would still made £100,000, which is crazy. But if he made it to the final, he's guaranteed at least 200,000. And from what I've looked into, if he wins, he gets about 500,000. So $500,000 for making it to the final. And being 16-year-old, I actually really want him to win, just because it's quite an amazing story. Being 16 years old, picking up this sport, being so consistent, on other things and discipline to make it to final on such a high level and being rewarded. It's amazing to see, man, honestly. And it can inspire a lot of people, so I really hope he wins, because he has the potential to inspire a new generation of darts players, and especially when it comes to social media, because he's young, so you got a lot of young kids and people like obviously my age are obviously looking at what he's doing, because typically in darts you used to see guys who look a lot older, and he's only 16, right? So, and he's going to definitely be into social media, but hope he is, because he can really jump on all this attention and grow social media, grow his brand, and then bring more people in. Let me pause this. From some of the videos I've watched, you can really see this guy has personality, and this is what makes him likable, and I think this is why a lot of people are rooting for him, in fact myself as well. Let's quickly play this and see if this video shows any of his personality.
Capitulation from Littler to get back and take the set. Well, we know he likes to leave the 170. We've seen it as well all tournament long. Crowd pleasing, although he does not always go for it.
He's got the option. Mighty. He's got the option. He's asking him. It's not a committee, Luke. Turns out it was, and they made the wrong mistake.
As you can see, he's got loads of personality, and being in such a big stage and only being 16-year-old, and it's taking the crowd by storm and actually getting people hyped up and entertained. It's crazy.
He's got plenty of time. Double 10. Takes the first set, having lost the first 2 legs.
So yeah, I definitely hope he wins, because it'd be pretty cool to see someone so young actually get into the sport, taking it serious. Because here's a video of him when I think he must have been a kid, and if this is actually a legit video, it'd be pretty sick, because his parents have done well buying him this in such a young age, and obviously he's been practicing.
Sponsors come.
And obviously all his practicing has obviously paid off, because he's been so consistent to the point now he's potentially going to win 500,000 to $500,000, which is going to, regardless of what happens, that's going to be quite massive, impactful in his life and his family life, depending on what he does with it. He can buy a house if he wanted to, invest it into like stocks and shares. There's a lot of stuff he can do with it if he's smart with it. But also show what consistency does, and this practice, what can happen. So next, I kind of want to go into what we can learn from Luke and what we can apply in our own fitness journeys, because quite a lot we can actually learn from his journey to making it to this final. Let's get into it. So although darts isn't necessarily the most physical sport and high impact, it is a really great way of allowing you to burn a lot of calories. And why I want to speak about his journey is because a lot of people, when it comes to trying to get in shape, assume they need to do these crazy intense exercise, always need to run, always need to go to the gym, but essentially you can burn a lot of calories from doing something that's very hardly any effort required in it, in terms of the effort when it comes to being physically active in what he's doing. It's a case of standing up, walking towards the board while throwing your dart, walking back and forth to collect the darts. Even though it might not be that vigorous or physical, you can actually burn a lot of calories doing it. Because let's say, for example, he's doing it, he's able to cover 10,000 steps in his practice, because he's obviously going to be practicing to build that skill up. And here's a little article I came up with. Let's see how many hours. So I don't know how accurate this article is, but professional dart players can practice anywhere between 3 to 12 hours a day. He's in school, so I doubt he's doing 12 hours a day. But let's say he's just doing, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours when he comes back from school, which is going to mean you're probably easily going to be able to get 10,000 steps, 8,000 steps done, which is then going to mean you're going to burn about 300 to 400 calories quite easily from something that isn't really that high impactful, and it's fun. So a little tip for you guys when it comes to being in your journey: find something you enjoy doing and actually just consistently do it. Something that will just get you moving, because movement is really powerful when it comes to fat loss on your journey. Next, I want to speak a little more about the nutrition side of things. So for me, Luke's actually in a really great position when it comes to being able to drop like a lot of body fat if you choose to. He would actually be able to shred a ton of body fat. So this nutritionist is apparently warning him, because he's having about a 3,000 calorie kebab diet. So kebabs are very high in calories if you guys having them, because how they're cooked, the amount of oil, they're fried up, all that kind of stuff. Then on top of that, you might have fries with it, you might have like the bread that they have with it as well. I'm not a massive kebab eater, so I don't even know what it's called. And let's say having it 3 times a week, you're almost having 10,000 calories there alone. And let's say that's on top of your regular diet, and you're already eating, give or take, maybe 3,000 calories. You're having a lot of calories throughout the week. It adds up, and then you're going to be in a calorie surplus. And if you kept eating those kebabs, 3 kebabs a week, without making any changes, you start to gain weight gradually. So a little tip for you guys: let's say you're someone who likes to have a lot of takeaways and kebabs, like Luke pizzas, whatever it is. What you can literally do, and it's very, very simple. So this even what Luke could do himself, and this gives you some inspiration. Simply, all you would do is still have the kebab, go from having maybe 3 kebabs to 2 kebabs. That's legit, guys. A small tweak like that. Or if you know you're going to be having some of these very high calorie based foods, you're going to fast in the morning, or fast some periods throughout the day. So maybe from the morning till around lunchtime. Then start consuming your calories from lunchtime. Then essentially all you're going to be doing is moving your breakfast calories and spreading them evenly between your lunch and maybe your dinner calories and your snack calories. What this allows you to do is to have more calories available to fit some of these higher calorie kind of meals into your diet, and you're going to be able to get away with it a lot easier. So you're not trying to do too crazy in terms of change. All you're just doing is moving your eating window and fasting. It's really simple change. And this dude has the ability to be able to make a pretty sick transformation. I think it would actually inspire a lot of people. So I hope after all this fame and so on, he decides, you know what, I'm actually going to try and see if I can do this. If he's happy, he doesn't have to. But if he's like, you know, I want to try and do this diet things, it'd be fairly easy for him, because look how disciplined he is. The discipline to be able to practice this skill over and over and over again, to get his hand coordination really great, and to master the skills. So if he can do that, and he has the mental discipline to keep practicing over and over again, he can definitely, when it comes to like diet and nutrition, achieve a pretty sick transformation. And I think if he did do it, it would inspire a lot of people. If you guys like this video and you would like a free nutrition blueprint walking through all the steps you should be taking to be able to make a transformation and lose anything between 30 to 45 pounds, click the link in the bio and you'll be able to receive my free nutrition blueprint. Make sure you check it out as well, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you next video.